interesting question, Sally, and we are about to find out. So crypto regulation is imminent in South Africa. At the same time, ongoing price volatility and more formal links to the financial services sector are predicted for 2022, and that's according to Luno, which is South Africa's largest cryptocurrency exchange. There's also been a move globally to regulate crypto, and that's also expected to happen in the country as well. Lucy James, who's head of Legal and General Counsel at Luno, joins me now to talk more about this. Thank you very much for your time this evening, Lucy. I understand you're coming to us all the way from London. Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with that very question. How prevalent is the usage and investment of a cryptocurrency in South Africa?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. You're right. It's very popular in South Africa. It's actually one of the countries with the highest adoption rates globally. In terms of Luno, I mean, we have around 9 million customers worldwide, and almost a third of those are in South Africa. So we are seeing very, very high numbers of customers here.
Right, and what are they using it for mostly? Is it to purchase, or is a lot of it going into investment strategies?
Good question, and I think it's a mixture, very much dependent on the person. I probably would say primarily at this stage, investment is one of the key use cases. But then there's also people that are looking at it as a way to send money as an alternative to the traditional financial system. And then there's also a large element of just curiosity. There's obviously a lot of talk about crypto at the moment, and a lot of people just want to learn more, understand what it's about. And so they're getting into it, even if it's with a very small amount, just to understand the system better.
No, absolutely. And as we learn more about investing and using cryptocurrency, Lucy, we are seeing a regulatory environment growing globally, and that coming into South Africa. You've indicated in your piece that it's going to be coming in this year, actually. What exactly is that regulation going to look like? What are we policing here as we regulate cryptocurrency usage and investment in the country?
Yeah, so I think at a high level, you can sort of split the reason for the regulation and its purpose into two. So the first is to protect consumers, to make sure that all of these people that do want to get into crypto are safe and are using providers that have the systems and processes in place to make sure that users' funds are kept safe. And that no one's going to experience large losses because of a provider that's not up to standard. And then the other aspect of regulation is really to make sure that cryptocurrency isn't used for illicit purposes. So, for example, that providers such as Luno have systems in place to stop criminal funds from moving through crypto. So things like, monitoring transactions, making sure that funds aren't moving to suspicious addresses, all of the standard things that are in place in the traditional financial system, making sure that crypto service providers have similar things in place.
No, absolutely. And in that, it's going to also make relationships between financial institutions like banks and those that offer financial services such as investments and saving more stronger, because clients will have an array of investment choices or spending choices to choose from.
Absolutely. So it will open up opportunities for the public in terms of the crypto options available to them. I think we will also see that the sort of the relationships between the banks and the crypto companies, for example, can be stronger, because the banks do want to see that the crypto companies are bound by regulation, and then other institutions being able to offer crypto products to their customers or crypto services is just going to aid hugely in terms of crypto adoption. So I think the regulation coming in is really going to see an enormous change in terms of what we can do with crypto in the country.
Lucy, I've run out of time, and my producers are probably going to give me a slap here, but I just need to know, could this have the potential to overtake traditional currency?
Look, I think that's a long way off, and they're different use cases at the moment. So not in the short term, but regulation is going to increase adoption, I would say, enormously.
Absolutely, very interesting insights there, Lucy James, who's the General Counsel at Luno. And I must just clarify before I go to indicators, we don't slap here at eNCA. I might get a scolding, but certainly not a slap.